Hey, I'm Lance. I'm the drummer for Silico.
I'm Jesse. I play guitar for Silico.
I'm Jake. I'm Vox for Silico and bass.
And you're watching RiverScum.
It's been too long. Will you pick me up?
y'all get the name Silico? How did you decide on that?
We literally we had a practice where it was me, Rick, and Lance, and we were just sitting in Lance's shed, practicing. And we were like, we need to come up with a new name because
What was the old name?
the old name was Jafar from Afar.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
That's beautiful.
And it was
Jafar.
yeah, and the reason why we had to one reason we changed it is because it was we are different music. We were playing different music, and also when you shortened it, it was JFA, and JFA is a band that exists already. So we walked over, I walked over to Lance. I was and we had a little meeting with Rick and Lance, and we were okay, let's think of a new name. We brought the term. Was it? Do you remember exactly?
Yeah, so this actually took me over a month to figure out because I already didn't like the name. And so I was let me think of something else, but everything is taken on every platform. And so I ran across the term in Silico. And I thought, okay, that's taken, but Silico isn't. And it's kind of cool, It could be designed well. So
Nice. Does it mean anything?
yeah, so the term in Silico is a term used for computer testing or algorithmic testing, and so I don't know. It's kind of just fun. I don't think about it ever, but it just kind of means trial and error.
Right.
So,
Cool.
So
It's
Silico
nonsense, and we know it.
Nice.
Yeah, now you know.
It sounds cool.
is essentially trial and error.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
How long have you guys been playing music together?
Lance and I have been playing for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Running
Since
up on
2018.
7. Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay, cool.
Running up on 7. Jesse joined us when we had only 2 or 3 songs done on the EP.
Yeah. In 2020.
Yeah, and
What was the
even
names of those songs?
the first
Arid
Arid was the first one of the EP that we kept. Arid was a riff that Rick and I came up with. I came up with the rhythm. He came up with the chords we were using, or it might have been the other way around, but we worked on that riff together. We kind of just jammed on it for a bit, and then when Jesse came in, Jesse was our organizer. Jesse came in and because we were a disorganized mess until he came along, and Jesse came in what was it, how many years ago?
3, I guess.
3.
It's about 3 years ago, and he set us all straight. He was definitely keeping us in line, and
Yeah.
eventually led to
Well, because I would come into practice and he would be like, "You guys want to jam?" I'd be
Yeah, it would just be
"Alright."
jamming
We just
and-
jam every Friday. All right, we gotta actually.
We
write
actually
some
gotta do
down.
shit.
Yeah, we jammed for a good 3 years.
we had one song fully written beforehand, and it never saw the light of day. I don't know where it is, but it was a song.
What was the name of that song?
It was Wasted. Is the song?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually still remember it.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
do too. The rhythm was very, very good. It was
Aw,
the
damn.
the first song I did
Yeah.
my vocal style on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could revive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely should.
When we were doing JFA, a lot of what we were doing was what would you describe that?
Pop punk emo.
Yeah, surf rock kind of.
kind of surf rock
rock.
too.
Ooh.
So-
And then we eventually started delving into
Alligator.
I got
Almost.
got really into screamo, and so
Yeah.
we started doing screamo, and then
Does any of y'all know that song?
no.
alligator.
Surfing the alligator.
Travis knows it.
I do
You
know.
guys know.
So I was gonna wait till a little later to ask these type of questions, but you mentioned Rick. What is all your names and what do you play in Silico?
I'm Jake. I'm vocals and bass currently.
I'm Jesse. I play guitar.
Lance, drums.
And who was Rick of Silico?
Rick was our former lead guitarist, a really good friend of ours. He was there at the start of Silico, and unfortunately he passed away this summer, and we miss him, but we decided not to stop the band because he wouldn't have wanted that. And despite his passing, we feel like we can help him live on through our music, and so we decided to keep going, just keep going, and yeah.
And y'all are totally
Thank you for
right.
sharing.
I think that's. I'm so happy for y'all to continue after such a big loss. That was and Jesse, for you becoming. I never knew you were the basis
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Silico.
Yeah.
but for you, you were the right person to take the spot.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
And that was so like I saw you at where's that venue?
The Camel.
The Camel.
Right before Surge Fest, maybe a week or two.
Yeah, and I like bawled my eyes out during that show.
Yeah, I can.
That was the first show I saw after that, and I couldn't believe how much y'all were still into it.
Yeah.
Because we'd seen
I-
before and after, and it
Yeah.
was still as full and as inspired as it ever had been.
Yeah, and like I'm so glad y'all continued.
yeah, it's definitely what
It's
we're
what,
going for.
like you said, it's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to give a more clear timeline to that, Jake and I were playing with another guy for 2 or 3 years, and then Rick came along. We played with him. Eventually, we realized, like, we've got to do this right, find a bassist. Jesse came along. He organized us, and we were writing with Rick and Jesse for, I don't know, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And then Rick passed away in June, and I was out most of the summer. So we came back July, and we just I mean, anybody that's a musician knows how funny it can be. Like, I think of being in a band with these guys as like a marriage in a way,
Yeah.
because like we bicker all the time, but like it's more complicated because there's
Mostly me
more
and
people.
Jesse.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
institution.
It's a
Yeah.
commitment.
Yeah, so it's like it's difficult, but like we are now equipped with like the tools to talk to each other,
Yeah.
and like what would have taken like 3 hours takes us like maybe 10 minutes now. Not like bragging, but
I like to
it's
write
just-
that up to like when after Rick's passing, I think about a week or two after, Jesse started coming over to like my house, and it was definitely a feeling of everything going back to square one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like we
but,
had
like-
like nothing.
yeah, but
And-
we were super focused.
Yeah, we
which
were
is
very
why-
focused on what we were doing.
Yeah.
Jesse came over to like my house, and him and I would like sit there for like hours and just like write shit and come up with really cool shit.
Yeah, that's where we wrote Parchments.
Yeah.
One of the songs we played.
Where you were at what?
Parchments.
Okay.
Not
Or
released
Parchment,
yet.
sorry.
It's Parchment. We took off
It's
the
not
S.
plural. Fuck.
That's
Parchment.
not currently out, correct?
Nope.
No,
but
nothing.
we
that's
recorded it
one
today.
we played today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing except for Arid and Towers is released yet. The first like 4, 5 songs.
four.
Can we talk about what you guys played today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
like, run us through what was the first song you played?
That's long.
Okay. Is that out right now or no?
Nope.
Nothing
Okay.
of what we
Nope.
played except the last
Except
two.
the last two songs were out.
Okay.
Yeah. Then second song we played was Parchment,
Okay.
and that song was definitely a lot of trial and error. We had like so many issues with it, but like we had a lot of issues with it. We ended up changing the song literally like a day before a show, and it
Yeah.
worked out so fucking well. That's all thanks to this guy. For real. It was thanks to
What
you.
did they change about the song?
Oh, we just like there was this one part in
What
it.
was it before?
We cut
Really
out 4
long.
minutes.
Yeah, it was
Really long.
really
It's
long.
very hard to do.
It was
It was-
really
yeah.
long, and then he came up with like this like sick like
Yeah, we
swing
did
bit
this
in the
like
beginning.
swingy riff, that the intro riff for the song,
Oh, yeah, I know.
where it's like swingy. We came up with that and sort of pinned it on the beginning. The beginning originally was a lot slower, and it was like
Like a stoner rock.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
very
super
progressive.
slow and like psychedelic-y.
Yeah.
And then we went into this like arpeggio part that was very like tappy for me, and just none of it really fit together, and we just weren't feeling it. So we were all like, Jake hated the song, and then
I really hate
yeah,
this song.
and then so I was just like, all right, fuck it, we'll just cut all that, and we tried. I like sent a recording, like a voice memo of me doing it the way that I wanted to. I was actually listening to it like the other day just
Yeah.
because it was funny. I was like, damn, this is so last minute, but that's the way the song ended up, and yeah.
And then the song,
Not been on the whole time.
and the song that came right after was we played Fork right after. Right?
Yeah, Fork after that.
Yeah, Fork.
Oh, no,
we didn't. We played
we played
Vain.
other ones.
We played
Yeah,
Vain.
We played Vain, and then
Yeah,
Mike.
Vain is our longest song we've ever done. It is. I think it's around like 6-7 minutes.
Nice.
It's definitely has a lot of moving parts that we're like still like figuring out in it, but like we're pretty satisfied with like the emotional depth of it. Like I'm a big fan of
It's
the
very emo.
very emo, yeah. And
So y'all are gonna keep it 6-7 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is-
we're not. That's probably not going
That's
to change
like
much.
The movie version of music. Like there's movies and then also TV shows. And a lot of people can be in tune with TV shows,
Yeah.
right? But there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that don't like TV shows. They like movies as well.
Exactly,
And I
yeah.
like that change. I like that.
We definitely want to do a bit of both because our big focus is like audience engagement, and we were very surprised when we played at the Camel, and we were very surprised with that because the song did very, very like well, like
Yeah.
way better than we thought for how long it was. We were very worried about the engagement factor.
Yeah, and I struggle with that song more than anyone else because it's syncopated. I think it's like a Radiohead pyramid song kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like I just can't get my head around the right rhythm or the right
Especially during
tempo
that
to
slide
follow.
riff.
So
Then like I don't mean to like run through it like a list, but I definitely
Yeah.
I think it needs a little bit of like explanation.
Oh, no, yeah,
These are
let's
brand
do
new
it.
songs. But the song that came after that we have is Migraine, and that is like a very, very fast song. We very much wanted a song to come after Vane that was hard hitting, quick,
Yeah.
and just like to get people back in the mood, because a huge thing
Right.
we put focus on in live shows and in like albums is just the flow of energy inside and planning that out.
Right.
And so that song is only like 3 minutes. We like the song is like very simple, but like it has like a lot of moving parts under it, especially with the drums like that we had to like work on.
Do you find that you write songs to fill those needs in an album or an EP, or do you just have songs that you are like, oh, this fits this part and this fits that part? How do you
That's
feel?
a good question.
Yeah, I'm.
It's
You want to go first?
it's kind of a mix. Like
Okay.
we all like, especially with working with Jake, like we always have intention with what we want to do, but in execution and in reality, it always ends up like things always end up a lot different than you originally envisioned.
Yeah.
And we tend to work with like piecemeal like riffs and such, and we come up with things and we'll be like, all right, this works with this, let's put it together. Sometimes we'll be like, this one just isn't working, but we'll put a pin in it and save it for later, and then we pull it out of the
No
hat
ideas
for
wasted.
later. Yeah, and then,
no ideas wasted, because I'm very much I'm kind of like, I play when I get home, like I get home from work and I'll play guitar for like 4 or 5 hours at a time every day.
Yeah.
And I'll just be writing songs that entire time, or writing riffs. Really, I wouldn't even call them songs. There's sometimes where I come up with like a song, but most of the time I'm literally just like playing ideas, recording them, and then I come in, show Jesse, and Jesse will be like, I hate it, I love it.
Yeah.
And Jesse's
That's
like my
how
standard.
it's done.
Jesse is my standard. He whenever I know something's good or bad, because Jesse's just blunt and honest with me every time, and that's something I really appreciate.
actually, I think our writing process has changed. Like now that I think about it, we used to just like write, and then we'd have 20 things, and we'd comb through it, and be like, oh, these 3 are cool.
Yeah.
But in writing, like what we've played since like July, since
We
it's
come
been
in
3 of us.
with
Yeah,
those
we
ideas.
we had like, I don't even know, maybe like a dozen ideas, and we stuck with like 4 or 5 of them because we're like kind of more looking at our songwriting like existentially. It
Well,
sounds stupid, but
yeah.
like looking at like where does this fit? What are we trying to
yeah,
achieve?
and we're like committing. I feel like more.
Yeah, for sure. We're not ditching something because it doesn't feel right. We're trying to build it to be correct.
Cool.
Do you guys have any favorite venues or favorite bands that you like to perform with or play with?
I mean, we all love Slat.
We love Slat.
Yeah, for sure.
Saturday.
I personally, and I'm saying this right now,
It's Sunday right now.
I don't say it often, but I fucking love Junkhead. I
Junkhead?
fucking love Junkhead.
Played them on our radio show today.
Yeah, Junkhead.
Junkhead.
Yeah,
they
Junkhead
do
sucks.
suck.
But dude,
Junkhead
I got in a concussion at their show before. Like, those guys are awesome.
I don't got a concussion.
I done got a concussion at their show.
Yeah, we favorite venues. I don't know. I mean, I love the Camel. It's so good. We really love the Camel.
Yeah.
Just like acoustics or like.
When I went there, like not, when I went there, the second time I've ever been there was with one of y'all shows, but the first time I went there, and also the second time, they're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they have like a whole like water spigot that you can just go fill up water with.
Yeah.
For free, and
Very
like
nice.
the Camel really does.
I'm also
They're
a huge
really
fan
good.
of Black
They're really
Iris.
good.
Black
I dig
Iris
them.
is very
Black
we like that.
Iris.
very
Can
very
I?
fun.
The
venue.
people.
We love Black
The
Iris.
Black
love
Iris?
Black Iris.
I will.
We don't want to forget like another round, of course, too.
Another
Yeah.
round,
I
boy.
go there all the time. I go like just like a couple months ago. Shout out to Greenhead. I go on there and I was doing. That band is fucking awesome. Those guys are
That's
great.
another good one.
But I went in and did like I do guest vocals there with them sometimes, and then that like just that whole venue is so like well done. You know, like they have like the pit in like the middle. It's great. I just love that place too.
Yeah, Another Round is sick. I used to work there. I don't anymore, only because I had better opportunities. I regret.
No hate towards Another Round. Brian,
No.
Bobby Joe, everybody, we
No,
love
Another
you.
Round is great. It's just I had better opportunities with better money. But Another Round is fucking sick. Like, I've never seen sicker shows than at Another Round.
They give a lot of unknown bands a chance to play where a lot
Yeah.
of places would.
Yeah.
I was thinking about with venues, the venue question. I was thinking about our favorite shows we played, which is kind of like a different question. I think.
right.
Before.
That was
Our-
actually my next question. I
Right.
had to ask you, what was your favorite show you've
Oh,
ever played?
sweet. Yeah. Okay. Then. Yeah, I was trying to think about that because like, it's hard to say. I think one of our favorites was definitely the Fort in Maryland.
Love
Shout
it.
out to Baltimore.
Shout out Baltimore, for real. Those kids go
love y'all.
crazy.
Yeah, we had like, I mean,
Dude,
just
they're
the,
insane.
yeah,
They
it was all
come-
young
they
kids
come
that came
like-
out, and they
The
came out. They
Baltimore
were,
scene.
yeah, they were,
They come to move.
they were drooling
Yeah.
for some fucking heavy shit, and we delivered. So it was awesome.
That's one of my favorite shows that y'all have played. The one y'all
But-
played in Maryland, because there's so much movement.
Yeah, and like also, it's not of our own doing, but I don't think we've ever had a bad show. Like we've always had a good crowd.
But what was Jesse saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not so much about us. It's just like the people that
There's
come
a
to our shows.
couple There's a couple.
Okay,
Well,
there's a
not
couple that
us
are
as
questionable.
musicians, but
I'm not
as like
saying
the
bad.
crowds. We never had like a bad like.
Yeah.
Yes,
But what
we've
were you
messed
saying,
up.
Jesse?
Sure.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I don't know. We were just thinking about. I was thinking about best shows. I don't know. Like, all of them kind of blur together from.
Nice, darker.
Continue.
We're
This
doing
happens sometimes.
doing
Mood
rituals
lighting.
here now.
But
Stu's out.
yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm thinking about like some of the older shows we played together kind of blur together for me, but I don't know. I mean, we played the Camel,
The
a
Bridge.
couple times.
Under the Bridge.
Played Under the Bridge. That was the first one. A lot of Another Round. A lot
Shout
of
out to Travis and Scump City for that
yeah,
one.
shout out.
That was gonna be another question. What was the first show y'all ever played?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
show
that was
we
all
played
Travis.
The first show we played was Under the Bridge at Belle
That-
Isle.
That
And
that was one of my most favorite shows y'all have ever played. Not because it was our show, just because I don't know that energy under that bridge. That one show.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, that was
appreciate it.
definitely some of our favorite energy. Cause like we were saying, like we've never had a bad show, but I will say, like sometimes you
It's
just
hard
have
to get people
like.
moving.
I mean, our music is headbangy. It's moshy. Sometimes people want to headbang more than want to mosh. Sometimes people want to mosh. Sometimes people don't. You know, so
Never
like,
bad
it's-
energy though.
Yeah, it's always fun to play, but yeah, sometimes people just aren't feeling it, and that's just how it is. But yeah,
Well, it all
but our
it
favorite
also
ones
all
are
does
when
depend on
there's people
what
going
bands have
crazy.
played.
Yeah.
Before y'all, and it also, you know what I mean, like some bands are like really heavy,
Yeah.
and then when y'all play, y'all are like
Yeah, we're also definitely a very
Like-
weird.
Yeah, we're
we
kind of
can't
like
really
a weird.
Y'all
classify
are like,
ourselves as a genre.
I'm gonna mosh to every second, but also I'm gonna kill myself, but want to live every second.
Whoa.
That's how
Yeah,
I
I
love
mean,
you guys.
we-
I'm a big fan.
Do
Like
you-
y'all's music makes me want to kill
appreciate it, I really
myself,
do.
but live.
That's
Yeah.
my goal. Not joking.
Damn.
It's not like I mean that's like a valid point.
Yeah.
We've played with a lot of different genres, so that does dictate the energy of the show.
It's
Like-
actually I'm really good at like and it's actually like funny you say that too, because like when I doing like vocals especially, that's very much what I'm going for It's kind of just like
Oh, I know.
yeah,
Your
and you
lyrics.
got looks like you got the message. It's
Yeah.
very much what I'm going for. Is almost like
I
despair,
feel it,
but
and
also
then,
come on.
it also like that's it, and then also somebody feels me. I want to live.
Yeah, a big thing is like I like to focus on in that music with like the vocals especially is I know it's sometimes it's like a little indiscernible because of the vocal style, but the lyrics do mean something, and it
And
is
they
very
do.
much like that because a big thing I like to focus on with that kind of writing is very much light at the end of the tunnel vocal writing. So the lyrics are very miserable. They are very angry. They're full of despair. But there's always that, and it's less about there's a light at the end of the tunnel, more like your circumstances shouldn't make you quit. Your circumstances should make you pissed. You should get pissed off.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be sad. You should be pissed. It's funny you say that because although like I don't like typically agree with a lot of the messaging in this genre of music in general, black metal is a very huge aspect of my vocal style, and it is something that like I've taken a lot of. A big thing I wanted to do was kind of expand on it because while I do love like the stylings of the music, I do sometimes think the source material is a little bit shallow sometimes, and I hope nobody kills me for that. But
Well, fuck them.
yeah. But a big thing I wanted to do was kind of take that and apply it into a larger range, and apply that. Into
Make a
larger
song
feeling.
about that. Fuck it.
I think we already do actually. They don't know.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like to keep. We're definitely on the new projects. I'm gonna have more reading into the vocals and the lyrics and stuff like that. But the EP, I purposely left the lyrics unattainable because I want that to be vague. I want people to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So it's hard to ask for like what bands have influenced you or whatever, but if you could share a stage with any other bands, like maybe not even local, but maybe bigger, who would that be?
I've talked too much. Lance, you go first.
I need time to think about it.
Tool.
Tool would be a good one, I think.
Shit, man. I mean, I think that we should allow a time machine in this.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
And then
sure.
y'all go back and be like, y'all are y'all's
we should
own
allow a time machine.
inspiration.
Two big influences for me, like vocally, are like bands from like, of course, like the black metal scene. But another huge one for me is screamo, early emo, violence, and screamo. I adore that music. Satia,
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Orchid, Page
Yeah.
99. Represent Virginia, City
Yeah.
of Caterpillar.
Yeah.
What are the black metal influences? Just out of my own curiosity.
When I was younger, I was a huge fan of Gorgoroth. Although, like, I was a kid, so I've definitely kind of like grown out of that scene. But Gorgoroth was definitely a huge thing for me. A favorite black metal band, a band called Isengard.
Oh my god.
Very much, I love Tolkien. I love fantasy. So
we all
I
do.
when I was looking for that kind of music, I was like, hell yeah. Also, Rotting Christ.
Oh.
I love that very.
High school.
Yeah, very much high school.
That was my high school.
Yeah, I was very much the same thing in high school. Also, just I wanted to mix something like that with the anger of punk music, like Minor Threat. And Minor Threat has always been. I love Ian MacKaye. I love Fugazi and Minor Threat, so I always
And
adored them.
that's what I mean by keep the scene alive. That's what I mean
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? All y'all have some inspiration by something from all of our past.
Yeah, definitely.
Do I go next, Jesse?
You know what I
Um,
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I'm definitely the least cultured out of the three of us. Like, I don't really.
He's lying.
I don't know.
You say chain smokers.
He has
Yeah.
he comes in
Alright,
so much
anime
listening to
sense.
bands. He showed me a couple of bands I just never even gave a chance.
Like what? Like what?
Okay, this might be sinful in this community, but I never listened to Converge before. you told
Okay,
me.
yeah, Converge. I did.
And Torch.
Torch.
I did.
But that was cool.
I
All
did.
right, here, let me say I like.
We don't drudge here.
I draw inspiration from a lot of places, and I'm not really like, I don't know, I've never really traditionally been like a rock listener, I guess. I just listen to all kinds of shit. Like I listen to hip hop,
Sure.
jazz, like
Nothing wrong with that, as
chill,
long as it's not country. If it's
lo-fi,
country,
We love
lo-fi,
Caius.
chill lo-fi beats to study and read to.
That's one thing we all three love. We do love Caius.
Yeah, and we all love Caius, but yeah, just to like a lot of stuff. I also don't. I just find like the best songs that I think a band has made, and I just listen to them on repeat. But I've been trying to listen to in more album format recently. But I will say like big influence for all of us, just to say the obvious stuff, is Fu Manchu, Caius.
Hell yeah.
Alice in Chains. We
Alice in
love.
Chains was a huge part of Rick and I's bonding.
Yeah,
Bullseye.
in the ball.
When Rick and I first got like
Love
together,
Alice in Chains.
we bonded with Alice in Chains a lot.
Yeah, Alice in Chains. We all love.
What's the one band that wrote Rita Rita?
I don't fucking know, but yeah, Torch and Converge. I fucking
Converge is awesome.
Tribe Fighters,
Truck
or Truck Fighters.
Fighters, yeah.
Truck Fighters. We love, and just like a lot of stoner
I know,
rock
right?
stuff. Elder. We really take a lot of
Elder.
tonal inspirations from Elder. Yeah, I don't know.
Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on that note, I think there's something to be said about the tones that you can get from stoner rock without making it for
Yes.
people that are inebriated. So, okay, so my actual answer to the question,
What's your favorite type of music? That's my big.
That's
question
tough.
for
Let
you.
him answer the question he was just asked first.
so, okay,
Yeah.
so I kind of will answer that. I've been really into British post-punk bands like Black Midi, Shame, and Squid. Those three are my favorites at the moment in that genre.
They love Alex G
Um,
too. I know Jesse likes Alex G.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I pull like most
Oh,
of,
maybe Rick. Maybe Rick
probably.
does.
I pull most of my like inspiration, I guess, when I'm writing and thinking of things or like ideas I want to convey in my writing as a drummer. I think on that a lot. But I really want to like take that genre, which is really kind of weird, because they have a funny audience. Like I went to a Black Midi show in Richmond this time last year, and it was just a weird crowd, which is fine. Like I think I fit in, but it's just so interesting, and I want to impart something heavier into a genre that's like so sophisticated
And
and,
it's so
modern.
weird too because like we all have such different things that we're adding to this music that it just ends up being a weird amalgamation.
Yeah,
of
and
all
I
that
try to do that. It's hard. Like we all kind of pull back to our shared interests.
Yeah, we especially.
Well, it's a good baseline to start up, but we definitely toward the end, I think, added in a little bit of our own flavor.
Yeah, like Morgan Simpson of Black Midi is like probably the best drummer that I know of, and he just fills his music with chaos sometimes, and it's organized. And like I wish I could do that, but I attempt to. And I
Don't
think
forget
that
the big one.
Yeah, sometimes
You know
it's
the
just
big
like
one,
that.
the big inspiration.
DC. I think I like Morgan Simpson more than Danny Carey.
Then more than Danny Carey.
Yes,
really.
sir. Yeah.
When we first got together, man, this man was all about Danny Carey.
I love Danny Carey. He's
Yeah.
a great drummer.
He
Fun
is
stuff to play.
fantastic.
But you can't play anything like him without sounding like Tool.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
But that's a good thing, like on their part.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all the power to him, you know?
My biggest question is, what's y'all's favorite type of genre of music, each individually?
I'm gonna let you go.
Me?
Yeah, you
Oh fuck! All right.
And I'm curious myself.
I'm kind of like.
Like your
It's
favorite,
really
most
hard for
favorite.
me to
I'm
pick.
with stoner rock
favorites.
right now. I've been riding in the car with you, and
Yeah.
you play stoner rock a lot.
Yeah, that's because I don't know. It's really hard for me to pick favorites of anything. I barely even know what my favorite color is, but I would say like
Oh, I
because
love
it
that.
changes
That was,
from day to day. But like,
that's gonna be a logo on a shirt.
Fuck
Sorry.
yeah.
Can you
Don't even
take
know what my
me
favorite color
higher?
barely. But yeah, I don't know. Right now, yeah, I think I have been listening to a lot of stoner rock and just like sludgy stuff and like, but, yeah, I don't know, like of all time. Shit, dude, I don't know at all. I don't know at all, dude.
It's not Black Sabbath. It's the wrong answer.
I will say
I will say
to a lot of Black
the album,
Sabbath.
my favorite album all time, 100% is Black Sabbath's self-titled. That album is perfect.
Yeah,
that
it's
album is
perfect. It
perfect.
is-
I kind of like Paranoid better.
Paranoid is good, but Black Sabbath is the artist.
Wrong.
It's okay to be wrong. No,
Oh, yeah, my bad.
any of them is a good answer.
The first 6 Black Sabbath albums. That's all.
real.
What'd
That's
you grow
true.
up on, Jesse?
Yeah, I grew up on a lot of stuff. I've been playing for a long time, playing guitar for a long time.
How long? What age?
I started when I was 8.
Oh, nice.
And I had a music teacher that had a lot of his own influences that he kind of pushed on everyone that we played with. So we played a lot of Beatles, a lot of Aerosmith, a lot of Metallica, Led
Oh,
Zeppelin.
nice.
The Dad Rock.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of his
yeah.
favorite bands. I
Well,
love Red Hot
that's
Chili Peppers too.
well, Dad Rock has led what rock
Dad Rock is
Yeah.
awesome.
has con-
Take
Don't
your
let
shirt
anybody
off.
ever shame you for liking Dad Rock.
Take your
It's sick.
shirt.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and so
It's
Red Hot
warm.
Chili Peppers. That's a lot of stuff I learned first was like Beatles songs and like
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's how I got
Uh,
started singing too. Yeah.
That's how I got started playing drums, the guitar.
the guitar.
play
Going
guitar?
off of that, bringing back up Rick per se, do you have a favorite one stage moment of when Rick was with us, when you were playing shows with Rick? Do you have a favorite
Oh,
moment?
we for sure do. And we've talked about it. The rowing.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty sick. That
At
was
Black Iris.
What was
The
it?
rowing at Black Iris. We had during Pitfall. We had the entire audience. We had a lot of people like sit down and do like a big like rowing.
Yeah,
thing.
because Jake was like, this part is kind of like you're kind of just supposed to chill out during this part and like rest and shit, and then everyone just like
sounded
sat
good.
on the floor.
And then like when like it came back into fruition, everyone just started like rowing, and then like it was really cool. I like commanded them all to get up. It was fucking sick.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hey, Lance, do you have a particular one? He's very much in his drum kit though.
Yeah, it's harder for
Well,
me
first,
to
I
call on
didn't
that because
hear
it's harder to watch
your
stuff.
inspiration. What's your inspiration?
Oh, like what I'm listening to
favorite
right now.
I guess
I'm
the
kind of
British
bouncing
ones.
around a lot, actually. Yeah, like
Between what?
well, I just made a playlist that it's just like a lot of energy from different genres. So like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but like there's a Turkish band called Altin Gun that I like a lot.
I know that. Sorry. Go on.
No, you're fine. There's like Alton Ellis, which is like reggae, but it's like very happy. There's Injury Reserve is in that playlist.
Oh, I love
Injury Reserve is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
Injury Reserve.
Rip Grogs.
Yeah. It's just like a weird mix, but like I think the thing I always like come back to whenever I'm writing or playing on my own is just like British post-punk. I really think there's so much there
Yeah.
that it's like kind of the way I see it is like they're doing what the Talking Heads did or what King Crimson did.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
everyone knows
Redefining
that,
their genre.
Yeah,
Oh, we
yeah.
almost forgot too. We know
King
Gizzard.
King
Yeah.
Gizzard, yeah,
We
we almost
love
Oh, true. I love
Gizzard.
Gizzy. They just
Oh,
put out
yeah.
3 new songs today
Yeah.
as in an album.
Microtonal.
Yeah, love me some Gizzard. Can't work that hard though. God
For
bless
real.
them. They got like
They
26
got to
albums
grind.
out.
They got to grind.
Yeah.
We do
Can't
like
keep up.
we do have like a new idea every. Well, not recently though, because we've been focusing on polishing our tracks. But like we do have a tendency to have like a new idea every time we play.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like a lot of our writing is based on spontaneity, which
Yeah.
I think is important.
Do you think that? Okay, so you say most of your songs are written off spontaneity. Do you ever have time carved out that you just put aside for writing? Does it come from there, or do you think you just come up like ideas just like come to you while you're?
Oh, for sure.
Is
we
it
have
more
time,
like you
yeah.
carve out time for writing, or does it ideas are just there?
We
and
typically
when-
practice. Oh, you go first.
Well, when Rick was around, Rick was a lot more of a methodical player, so he didn't thrive well in the environment of being like, come up with a part for this, like, right fucking now,
Right.
like, come up with a part. But the way me and Jake both work is our brains are just kind of wired to like
Yeah.
poop something out and then
Yeah.
and then
And
just
then
work with it.
Improvise.
Yeah.
And we
then-
improvise at first, and then we're like, we go home and we're like,
Yeah, and
this is
then we
better.
refine upon it.
Yes.
So
Right.
a lot of times when we're together, we'll just be like, well, we try to avoid those moments when we're like all sitting there like, well, what the fuck do we do now? We're just like sitting there like dicking around trying to figure
Yeah.
out what to do. But they do happen sometimes. But a lot of the times we try to like just go with the flow and do what we
Recently, with our
Yeah.
chemistry, though, it's been very far in between.
Yeah.
So I noticed when the first time you guys have played with us, which was, I believe, your first show, Under the Bridge,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
With Motown, I've noticed you changed it up a little bit from your live performances as opposed to recordings.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do that?
For fun.
Nice.
It's
For
better.
fun, and also we like our Rick was a huge fan of improvising certain parts, and we all love doing that. We love we on the EP, especially it's been a little different with Jesse on lead guitar, but for guitar parts, we definitely like to not keep the exact same solo that we record. We like to we keep the same like scales and stuff like that, but we kind of mess around with it and make it a little bit more fun.
Sure.
Wait, what changed about Motown?
Hey brother, hey sister.
Yeah.
That part where you're not as much screaming it, but you're kind of whispering.
I thought you were referring to our guitar solo.
No, I'm
That part
referring to your
was-
vocals more of.
That part.
Okay.
We recorded it, and it sounded like Jake was like, I don't know. You go ahead. You go first.
So when I first did those vocals, that entire vocal style I came up with, I did it once on Wasted like a year and a half beforehand. And then we were sitting with Noah, and I was doing almost like a grimy grunge type voice for the EP. And then I was with our friend Noah, who did our producing. And, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. And he was an amazing producer, and he worked with us on our time schedule. He was just a nice guy overall and all around.
good friend of mine.
Very good friend of Jesse's. I was with him. It was like 10 or 11 p.m. and it was like the last ending of the recording session. And I had already recorded vocals for every track except for Motown. And I was pissed. I was really pissed at that, like, my vocals weren't coming out the way I wanted them. I thought it sounded way too grungy, way too like Kurt Cobain-y, Pearl Jam kind of deal. And I was pissed, so I was like, I'm gonna record using that just like raw emotion and anger, because that's what it reflected. And I just found, like, on the spot, very suddenly, I found like this like new vocal style that I just stuck with. And during Motown, I was like, well, I'm gonna do this during this because I really don't know what to like put there vocally. And then like listening to how much it died down and how much sonically it gets calmer, I wanted to in shows portray a much more almost apprehensive, like distant kind of vibe to it. And we had this very similar thing with Arid, where the ending of Arid, I didn't have any vocals there, and then that's when I decided for live shows to put the siren scream, which is what I call that. It's when I go do this very loud false like chord fry.
That's what
and
you're
I bring it up into like the
most
highest
known
note,
for, by the way.
and it
Like,
gets loud and like fills up an entire
I know
room.
at that
You can
moment
shatter
to take
windows.
pictures.
Yeah,
I
and-
know at that moment to take pictures because there's gonna be good pictures out of you
Yeah,
with those moments.
but the whispery part, I remember.
I remember before y'all did that when y'all first started playing that. And it was,
Yeah.
I
was
remember.
whispery.
I do like it.
I want to say at Black Iris was the first time. One of the Black Iris shows was the first time I noticed that y'all changed the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just recording. I mean, personally, I remember hearing the whispery part on tape, and
It started off that
and it
way.
just kind of
Yeah.
sounded like Jake was trying to like seduce me. Like
Yeah, it was way
or,
too
like,
like
hit on me.
it was
I
way too
like-
typo negative.
Yeah, and I was
you
just
know.
like, this ain't it. So
This
we
ain't
just
it.
decided on the screaming instead.
And then I finally found like a whisper style that like was less seductive and more like angry.
Should be more seductive. You should seduce the people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like this. I was like, I'm not trying to fucking make people horny. I'm trying to make them angry.
Isn't it really the same thing though?
Sometimes.
I'm angry with how horny you are.
Well.
Which one of y'all? And this is leading into the question. Which one of y'all made that playlist for the local?
Me,
Bands?
I did.
Lance?
Yep.
Lance is our guy.
Nice.
All right, so Lance, I have a question specifically for you. Do you still keep up with the playlist and add bands to it as you go, or is it just you? Did you make it and I don't know specifically. This kind of sounds shitty. Do you keep up with the playlist? Essentially, is what I'm
Okay.
asking. Are you
I'll give
planning to
I'll
add
give-
more to it?
I'll give you a synopsis on it, just generally speaking. I started the playlist because I think all of the artists in the Richmond scene need to be supporting each other in one way or another. Like, I feel like sometimes some bands, I'm not going to name names, but it feels like some bands act like their success will be made by the failures of others. And that's so far from the truth. Like, if we can all bring more people to our shows, there's a bigger scene. And so my thought was like, let me make something that introduces people, even if like some of the songs are rough and like they're the first EP or the first single that the band's ever put out. Like, it should still be heard. Like, you know, if people are scouting out RVA music, they should find bands and they see potential in them and save the band. So, yeah, so I haven't added to it in a hot minute, but I know start of next year I do plan on remaking it, and I want to make it an annual thing because I don't want the music on it to be outdated. I haven't added to it in a while, but I don't want to grandstand like to any of the other bands or like here, but that is the point of it. It's like to kind of have a point where if you're looking for music in RVA, you can listen to it, pick the songs you like, and go from there. So
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
You're welcome.
That's really cool.